Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Market Check brought to you by BB. There is no second best daily YouTube live stream to talk about markets. And today we get to talk about $100,000 Bitcoin finally. I mean, some of you were here for the watch party. I think it was a week or two ago. Today we get to have our official 100K. I don't even want to call it a post-mortem because it's so fresh, but we finally get to celebrate 100K Bitcoin live on stream. I'm Tommy. You guys also know me as Snorlax. I'm joined by Max Tucker and Unbothered Chef Jackus. Welcome to everyone in the audience as well. A historic day, not just for Bitcoin, but also for crypto. As you are seeing, I think really a market-wide response from risk to Bitcoin crossing effectively the Rubicon of 100K. Now we open the door for, this is like Bitcoin's version of, when meme coins mark a zero off or get rid of a zero. This is Bitcoin's way of doing the same, becoming more expensive. Think about it from the standpoint of a boomer who is seeing Bitcoin now trade at 100K and thinking to themselves, God, I really need to buy a Bitcoin now before I can't afford it at 7 figures, guys. But I'm interested to talk about all of these new dynamics and, of course, all of the rest of the charts as well, which look great. But before we can do that, before we can talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and everything else in between today, please don't make me look at soybeans for 1 single second today. If you cannot run the like button up on a day where Bitcoin is crossing 100K, then when can we? But we'd be very appreciative if you guys could do that, of course. And yeah, many of you have been with us here watching these market checks since Bitcoin was traded at 20K. So pretty cool to see a lot of you guys in the comments, of course. And yeah, this is going to be a great show, I'm sure. But in regards to the market, everything does just look absolutely primed for higher prices. 100K was kind of like this Rubicon level, and it makes perfect sense that we're seeing at the same time Bitcoin crosses 100K, all of these positive news catalysts at the same time. I mean, you've had a former and current chairman of the Federal Reserve basically validate Bitcoin's existence as digital gold and tell you it's not competing directly with the US dollar. That's basically a green light telling boomers, yeah, you don't have to worry about this being regulated to death anymore. At the same time, you have guys like Putin talking about Bitcoin. I mean, it's just all of these tailwinds coming together at once, of course, as we cross a monumental price. But like I said, the rest of the market looks to be responding in kind. I know Bitcoin is the story right now, but you have ETH gearing up for a breakout of basically a 4-year range, probably in the not so distant future. You have Solana catching a bid today as well. I mean, everything on my watch list, I have to say, guys, looks, I mean, I can't really find a chart that looks bearish right now unless I'm looking at something like USDT dominance. I'm sure that looks a little bit bearish, but yeah, a great day for the coins, a great day in the history of Bitcoin. I know we're going to have a lot to talk about today and probably a lot of great looking charts to show you. So like I said, if you could hit the like button, we would be very appreciative, and we're going to do our best to cook for you all today. But I'd love to know, I mean, let's reflect a little bit, guys. How are you viewing 100K Bitcoin? How are you viewing the market in relation to 100K Bitcoin? And maybe anything else you want to get off your chest now that we are finally crossing, or we finally have crossed the quote unquote Rubicon for Bitcoin.
Listen, we are selling to willing buyers at the current fair market price.
That was great. That was good timing. I mean, it's an amazing day. We witnessed history last night. I didn't expect it late at night last night. Thankfully, Tommy, you texted me and you're like, "Boys, Bitcoin," and I opened it up and caught it live. But yeah, it feels like we've been waiting so long for that just tricky, hard to catch 100K sticker on Bitcoin. I'm happy, but I think that now that we've flipped 100K, I feel as though the air is very thin up here. feel like it's very thin. It's like hitting a golf ball in the mountains, you know? It's just the ball travels a lot further. So,
Are you taking a shot at my game, Max?
well, you know, you have an advantage where you live, but the air is thin up here. You know, I think that 100K level was such a significant break that now there's really nothing. Again, there's nothing but very, very thin air above us. And truthfully, I think that the next 20 to 30K jump on Bitcoin can happen very, very quickly now that we've finally broken through that psychological level. And it was a very tricky psychological level for people that are like, it doesn't matter. You know, it's just a number. No, it mattered a lot. It did matter a lot. And again, I'll kind of leave it at this. Like, I think that the next 20K move on Bitcoin can come really, really quickly, right? I think that the next 20K to 50K move for Bitcoin will happen in a fraction of the time that it took the last 50K climb. It's gonna capitulate upward. And Tommy, you had mentioned Ethereum. I made a video yesterday. It's on this YouTube channel. Maybe some of you guys watched it, but historically speaking, once Bitcoin, you know, really starts to climb in price discovery is when Ethereum finally gets the all clear after lagging and underperforming basically for 4 years, 3 years. And if there was ever a time to be long to the tits Ethereum, it is here, cyclically speaking, historically speaking. So when I look at ETH on like the weekly or even like the 3-day or 2-day, you know, what are we even talking about here, man? Like, this is one of the most primed high time frame setups from a technical perspective that I think I've ever seen. And then you throw into the mix like the whole Trump administration tailwind, and you throw in the tailwind of the Russell basically being in price discovery, and you throw in the tailwind of ETH BTC basically putting in a bounce right at its lifetime point of control, which was in my video that I made yesterday. And I'd show you guys, but my mouse just died, so I have to plug it in. I'll show you later. It's like you have the whole, like, you have a tornado of bullishness for Ethereum here, right? And we know that historically, the best months to own ETH is December through May following a Bitcoin halving. In January, the average ROI for ETH is like 35%. February 35, like it's like back to back to back months compounded with average monthly returns of 30%. And you just set one of the most predatory bear traps that I've ever seen in my entire history of trading financial markets. Yes,
Unreal.
one goes in the history.
One sec.
That is in the history books. You Google bear trap, that picture shows up right there. That is predatory. That is awesome. That is amazing. So, I mean, I think once you break 4K, you might not revisit it for maybe ever, but at least like 3 years. So, I am overwhelmingly long ETH for what I think is probably going to be one of the greatest catch-up trades that we have. I think that the cope that we saw on the timeline for XRP recently is a precursor into the cope that we're about to see for Ethereum. And I'm not saying that ETH will have the same percentage returns as XRP because XRP was suppressed for longer. But if you were to look at the ETH BTC chart, I find it almost personally insulting that somehow, some way we would allow people to have a 3.5 year long pair trade where every time ETH spikes, you just long Bitcoin, short ETH, and you're just printing for 3 years. You shouldn't be allowed to do that. You should not be allowed to do that. And you're about to see the squeeze of a lifetime on this pair here. Okay. In my view, you're probably about to see 4 years of cycle returns in 4 months for ETH. So I'm super proud of Bitcoin. I love and respect Bitcoin. All money at the end of the day should flow back into Bitcoin. There's a little bit of a Bitcoin maxi flutter within my heartbeat. However, I think that the outsized returns that we're all yearning for are now through April. And ETH is about to, I mean, ETH could literally close the year above 5,500 in my opinion. You know, and we're in the first week of December. You know, we got a little over 3 weeks. The setup is perfect, right? If Bitcoin starts moving, you know, 110, 115, we get a little Santa rally. I don't think it's impossible to see ETH BTC at 0.05 at least.
Oh,
I really
5 max.
Yeah,
Oh,
0.05,
5.
0.05.
Wow.
Retest
I
that
don't think
supply
that's-
right there from the
I don't think
breakdown.
that's
Yes,
out of the
sir.
question either.
What's that?
I don't think that's out of the question either.
Thanks for having my back, Tommy. Tucker
Seems
was trying to fudge
ambitious,
me,
man.
and you had my back. Thank you.
Ambitious.
Guy shows
Break-
up here.
I think
he
5.
shows
I
up and
agree.
He's wearing
I
his
agree.
Democrat hat, the
I
blue
wear-
Democrat hat, and
Extremely hard off the
Oh
bottom.
yeah, for sure.
I'm just
Hey,
kidding.
I
Break
agree with 5.
0.05, and then it sends to 11 straight.
So,
11.
and by the way, we could have a debate on whether ETH BTC makes a new cycle high or gets above the previous one. For me, I don't really care. I would love for that to be correct, Jackus. It would serve me well. But
Just
in the short
high,
term, I think
man.
0.05 is not out of the question at all. With 110 to 120K Bitcoin, 0.05 ETH, that's a soft toss, man. Like people, they're suffering from ETH BTC and ETH USD bear market trauma or even cyclical trauma because it's been underperforming, horribly. That regime is over. That is over. There are brighter days ahead, and you're about to see not same percentage, but a 2017 style move. In my opinion, you're not going to see a choppy grind fest like 2021, where it chops for multiple months and then has a blow off. I think you're about to see verticality. I think you're about to see the short squeeze of a lifetime. Because remember,
The gentlemen are bullish.
there was a time when there was like some yield extraction going on with ETH options. Tommy, you would probably be able to articulate it better than me. Those guys are going to get their legs cut off here pretty soon. Like that day is over. There's going to be more of an incentive to position long in spot ETH than there's going to be to basically like arbitrage it for yield. Okay. That time is here. I'm ending my rant. Sorry, Jackus, please. I'm just fired up, man. I'm just fired up. It's a great day. I'm fired up.
Good day. Happy for you and for everyone. This is, by the way, going to be the next hated rally. But as I said, I do not think it overshoots XRP hated rally, but this one will be hated by Bitcoin maxis and Sol Degens, as I said, I think. And it really comes within the 4K break. One thing I just wanted to say hello to my Czech friends, because there was a message. Takže posílám pozdrav do Kopřivnice a zdravím všechny Čechy, co nás sledujou.
You talking shit, Jackus? You talking shit? I heard what you just said.
I was just saying how fucking amazing your rant was. No, I was just saying hello to people from Czech because he was sending regards from one city in Czech, and that they are watching us since March, and that they are with his dad, and that he is enjoying it basically.
Wow.
We have a few Czech people watching us, which I know of.
Okay. Here's my thing with this chart though, real quick. I don't think you really need to see new cycle highs. I think you guys would probably agree. I don't think you need to go like up here for ETH BTC. I think just this move of like, I don't even know, 120% is going to be more than enough to get everyone what they want, essentially, with their altcoins, right? I don't think you really need to see like this level pushed by any means. So,
but what if?
But what if? I know, but what if? That's like a moonbag scenario where you just.
Do you realize what's going to happen to the boys club if we visit even range high?
Even range high.
You would like I like how you have this drawn, Tucker. You got range high, you got range low. We just deviated the range low, and what do we know about ranges? More times than not, if you get a deviation of the range low, it will be followed by a symmetrical and equally predatory and explosive deviation to the other side of the range. So, the range trader in me likes Jackus's level.
What did you say, Jackus? What was your level?
Oh, my level is 0.055.
Oh, no.
Once that is flipped, then it's basically like this chart. You need to view it as a giant range going all the way back to 2017. And I think from that moment forward, ETH begins to outperform for like the next decade. It's going to outperform Bitcoin for the next decade if it manages to flip 0.055 from here. Because
try to redraw that range that Jack is just meant. So
Yeah,
like if you
what do you
viewed
mean?
like the range,
and
well, I
I,
would
and
say
I know
range low
that
would be the low of that big drop in 2017, right? Or 2018, Tucker.
So you're trying to say this.
and I know that this is going to upset lots of people, but you guys know, right, that for a while I've been saying on a few charts that reclaim of one level leads to reclaim of another, and there's a cascade of things which must unfold. And that's basically what happens here with everything that has played so far right now since 2017. With even the fundamental point of view where BlackRock is currently building on ETH and you have the spot ETFs and so forth. The moment ETH reclaims, if it reclaims, there is a question if, I think it could, but I will let the chart dictate me. But if it manages to reclaim the 0.055, this will become a base for decade, which it will continuously go through, because once it reclaims that range, which means it's going to the high of that range, which means it's going to flip that range and then in the future use it as a support, which means essentially cascade up. And it's obviously not going to be like over a month or something, might be more cycles in between, but this could be a generational bottom for ETH BTC chart here, with the max fought against it, by the way.
Mhm.
So I agree with everything you're saying, Jack, is by the way. And hashtag my bags would love that. There's someone in the comments here saying to look at the ETH CME futures divided by the Bitcoin CME futures to get a perspective on the boomer ETH BTC pair. Could we
Yeah, I
put that
gotcha.
up? That because I've never charted ETH CME versus Bitcoin CME. It might yeah, see that. Okay, that's alpha. Thank you for look how we took out the low.
Wow. Yeah,
That is alpha, bro. Thank you for this.
That is
wow.
up.
Thank you for this. What a find that is, bro. Wow. Thank you for that. It's not every day that someone shows me a chart I haven't looked at before. That is see, Jack, I think this is what you're talking about. Like, why would we not now visit the range high at least? Right?
Yeah.
That's alpha. Wow. I like
Good
that.
chart.
I wish this would give me intervals, though. You know what I mean?
If this doesn't deserve thousands of likes, what we were discussing so far, I don't know what does, man. Like,
We're not going to check the
100K.
like button for another 5 minutes, but when we do, if it's not there, we're going to bring the hammer out. And by hammer, I mean soybean futures.
Well, see,
Listen,
hammers are made of.
it's a day where we hit 100K. Max came in absolutely fired up, did a big rant on ETH. Then we discovered this chart, and so forth. Like,
Mhm.
not a better day.
So here's the thing, like hammers are made of, I think, steel and rubber. So we could create a hammer futures chart by adding natural rubber futures and steel futures. And we could actually take a look at what a hammer should be trading at for fair value. So look, if we don't get the likes up, we will be charting the fair price of a hammer today. That's a threat. I promise you, that's a threat.
Do you want me to check? I can check.
I mean,
We'll
you
give 'em-
could. I mean, how the likes look, I can't
I'm
check.
check.
My mouse is dead.
I'm check.
You better be panicked. Like,
Market check with the check boys today.
Oh, wow.
How do we look?
Tommy,
oh, I thought you were doing it.
I got you. 293. 293.
How many live on YouTube?
65. Sorry, 656.
65.
We're not even at a 50% viewership to like
Soybean.
ratio. No, hammer.
Soybean
Tucker, let's make a
immediately.
synthetic hammer future. Okay, we're gonna chart hammers today.
Yeah, wait, what do you want?
So we
Iron?
need to add natural rubber futures and Is there like a steel? What's a hammer? Like, is it steel? It's got to be steel, right? So it'd be rubber and steel futures.
Steel futures.
Gotta have one, right? Gotta be steel.
Building
In the
material.
meantime, Lusa, yeah, I do recommend visiting Czech. Actually, lots of people who are outside say it's one of the most beautiful countries and especially cities if you visit Prague in the world. I grew up in Prague, so to me it's like normal. But I had when I visited, for example, Canada, I had a teacher there, and he was like an art teacher, and he rated Prague to be number 3 city. Sorry, not number 3, but in top 3 cities in the world. So I definitely do recommend it. You'll likely love it. And there's lots of visitors from around the globe coming in.
So it looks like it would be a good time to buy a hammer right now, and then maybe sell that hammer back to your local hardware store after a nice bounce here.
It appears that way, Max. It appears that way, yeah. Yeah, it's looking pretty good for hammers here.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
good time to be a hammer. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Why are the
Clean
people doing
accumulation.
this to us, man? Like on a day where BTC hits 100K, Max cooks, we discover a beautiful chart in just 20 minutes, and they just, they just take it from granted. It's like this information is there for them. They don't have to do anything for it. Not even press the like button. It's just sad.
You know, Jackus, do you know how much it costs to like the like button? To hit the like
Huge
button?
energy. You gotta take your finger
Yeah.
upon the mouse
Mhm.
or the controller if they are watching from TV
Yeah.
and press the fucking button. Like it hurts that finger to press that button.
Yeah, they have carpal tunnel, and it hurts to arthritis. I mean, every condition, it hurts to hit the like button. Apparently, we must have a chronic outbreak of arthritis in the fingers of the market check viewers because they can't seem to like it. It's painful.
Tommy tweeted especially
just love
pre
it.
today. That's funny.
What's
It's a
that?
good, it's a good tweet, Tommy.
Pre.
He said feeling especially pre today.
I love me a bullish Tommy, man. There's nothing better.
It's
Tommy's
unreal.
the last domino to fall at BB, man. Like when Tommy flips, that's when you know. Like it's just
All right, that's enough rubber. That's enough hammer futures.
It would be kind of sadistic if they took this below 100K and that was a fake out, and then they just ripped it to like 120K.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess stocks didn't like initial jobless claims.
Dude, it was fairly not even hot, bro. It was fine.
I could see a retest here of like 97 for BTC, but like I think it's going to happen regardless. So maybe even better if it just happens from here.
97, Jackus. Oh
Here's what I keep saying this to everybody. You are not getting your perfect pullbacks anymore. Like you are simply not getting your perfect pullbacks anymore. You have to take the shallow drops and just live with it. Like everybody wants their like perfect sweep, and we are not in that environment anymore. Clearly, everybody has these levels marked out, and I'm not saying we couldn't retest the mega demand that Tucker has drawn, but like I just keep seeing all these like the traders on X being like, oh yeah, like liquidation level at this point, and funding is high and open interest is high. I'm like, that's a bull market. You take your shallow dip, and you better have your limits set because they get sucked up quick.
I do agree that the dips will get sucked up quick. We are in a bull market, and looking to buy the dips should be the goal of everyone. That said, and I agree. Like I've been saying that funding can stay, and accelerators can stay really high for a long time. But obviously, we will see big, very quick shakeouts in bull markets to shake off the leverage, like the similar one we saw at 91K, and then the market is just going to scoop it up really quickly, and then up we go. And it's the same in bear market, where you like see very quick spikes to the upside, and people get really excited again until it keeps breaking their spirits. And right now, it's just breaking the spirits of the bears.
Yeah, I mean 97 would be brutal, Jackus. I don't know if we could like you want to see this break of 100K be super clean. Oh god, Jesus, they're selling it.
Tucker,
as
do you
we
see the previous all-time high right there to the left is on like the 22nd?
What, this? Yeah.
I could see that getting hit.
Yeah, I could see that, but I wouldn't really want to see like this.
It would
Like you
be
just wanna
savage
see
if
this
they did.
break away.
I think
think
we're gonna
that-
see it
It's
sooner
gonna
or
be like
later.
recovery.
Wait,
What were you
what?
saying, Jack?
I think we're gonna see like, all right, so maybe not like we'll see like I have to give it a deeper thought, but I think that we are going to simply see a retest of this cluster that we did over the past like 14 days, and the only question is whether it comes straight from here or whether it comes from higher up, in my opinion. But I think that this is just a huge demand that was created, and it's going to hold the price very well for the upcoming weeks and months potentially. And I do not think I think we are possibly not seeing sub 91K level, well, maybe ever again, but at least for a long time.
What'd you say? Sub 91?
91.
Yeah, no, I don't think we see 91. Definitely not. But this does look a little Barty right here.
And I like for my reference, I have to mention, and maybe you can put it up there, Tucker. Then what is it? July 2017, when we saw a break above. It's not a exactly similar situation, and thinking of, we could be like May 2017 right now. Thinking of it. Maybe you can put them side by side.
You want it side by side? I gotcha. Okay, so you're saying
You need to go on a daily though. So
can I get back?
maybe
down daily?
okay. Let me take it up.
You got it. You got it.
He's gonna Tommy it.
Go ahead. You said May. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see.
So right now we had, and many people still try to ignore it, but like we had a big breakthrough, and there is a good chance that it's a similar situation to this one, however you want to draw it. And we could be at this area where you get the little reaccumulation, higher low, lower high, higher low, and then you break out. So we could be right at that point, and then what you're gonna see is a continuous move where, and that's really the question, like from where. But I think we are going to get a retest of this area just like back then, and the only question comes: are we going to retest it straight away so that in the future we come to higher prices, or are we going to go straight up and then retest it in the future, right? But I think that there is a good case we never see sub 91, just like we never saw 1,600 ever again, not even during the next bear market. Obviously, these are things yet to be seen, but I do see a very good case for it, because there is just so many people who were looking to buy the retest of prior all-time highs, and they are not, as you said, Max, you're not getting the perfect retest. And in this case, to me, these tests, these little pushbacks are okay, but this is the retest lots of people are waiting for. And there is also currently, Microsoft is considering adding Bitcoin to its balance sheet. And I think this is like an avalanche that's starting to small, but we will see more and more companies onboarding the strategy alongside nations. And lots of people are basically trying to front run that narrative right now. And there could be a pretty good spot permabit coming in. And that can last for a while. So people shouldn't underestimate, as crazy as it may sound, given what we've been through, right? But is it really that hard to imagine? I've been through this move, and I remember that it was also hard to imagine that back then. And I've been actually, I was still working at that time as a delivery guy, and I was talking to a pretty rich guy. Like, he was basically living in a fucking castle. Not even joking. Like the house, it was like insanely big, and it had all these like castle and everything. So we were in a, I was like starting, and he was like, "Hey, I really like your work. Like, keep it up, right?" And I talked with him about BTC and all, and he was like, he wasn't BTC from way before, and I was just getting in slowly. Pretty much, I was trading forex at the time. But like, what I'm trying to say is that at that time, he was saying like, "Oh my god, this Bitcoin thing is absolutely crazy," and he didn't really understand it properly back then. He was like throwing the money in based off his advisors as well. He was like, "Oh my, this is already so crazy. I don't know. Like, I think I'm thinking of selling back then." And that's kind of how it feels right now. If you look at these two charts, they are not really that much different. Like look at it, right? You get the double bottom here, and then you get the slow grind up, and obviously there are differences in these. Like this move was different than these, right? And this reaccumulation was different than this one. But more or less, you get the reaccumulation around all-time highs in both cases. You get this little dip, and sometimes you get longer ranges, right, in between. But more or less, you can see it playing out in a similar fashion, which doesn't mean it plays out in the same fashion in the future. What I'm trying to just say, that people felt very much alike back then as they do feel right now, and they felt like something like this is just impossible to happen, right? And I would say just don't think it's that impossible that we see these higher valuations. Obviously, we need to go like level to level and all that, we keep saying. But you also shouldn't limit your scope of thinking that like we must be topping the cycle around these numbers, because there is a good chance, very good chance, that this can keep going for a while before it really breaks the spirits of people who are in the denial that this is just going to end very soon. Again, never have I seen so many trying to call cycle top as there are people right now. And I think it will take many swings higher before it breaks their spirits, and they will think like that pullbacks are just not possible anymore, and this is just going to go up forever because everyone's adopting Bitcoin, right? So again, I could see a scenario going all the way back where this low is potentially never revisited again. We'll see about that, but at least locally, right? Like, I could see maybe in the future where like you might produce a bull market to some degree, and then there would be a bear market which comes back here. Like, I could see that potentially. I could see that. Obviously, again, this is just a directional bias for now, but I think that at least for some time we will not see below this low. So anyways, it was a random cook session from me without the likes.
I agree. as far as like how similar they look to previous cycles. I mean, this is kind of exactly where you'd want to be. You know, Bitcoin breaking out, altcoins haven't really. I mean, the outperformance has kind of started over the last week or so, but there is potentially still a lot more meat still on the table for Bitcoin, and I think that needs to be discussed as well. You know, everybody talks about, okay, well, Bitcoin's going to break all-time high and then alt season, but what if the context, you know, as well is that Bitcoin is in this parabolic uptrend similar to 2017 to 2018? And there are a lot of parallels to that time period, as you pointed out, Jackus. I mean, specifically as Bitcoin breaks out against M1 supply for the first time against 2017 or 2018. And of course, you look at momentum oscillators such as RSI on the monthly. And yeah, I mean, this is kind of the most significant break in that context as well since 2017 or 2018. So a lot of parallels to that time period.
Tucker, could you throw up the monthly RSI on this chart real quick? We need to look at it. Yeah. Throw up the monthly RSI. Are we above 70 yet?
I bet we are.
Because when we get above 70 is when things get out of control.
No, we're not.
Yeah. Because, okay, do this. Mark out either with like horizontal lines or dots. Just point out when we've gotten back above 70. All right. For a bull market.
Yeah, I mean 70s here.
Yeah, right there.
You know, this wrecked
No,
us a little
that
bit.
doesn't count. Because that's like in 2017 we popped above, but I mean for like the bull market, post Bitcoin halving.
Yeah, there. And you had one right here.
The meat of the returns happens once this chart gets above the 70 on the monthly.
Yeah, this is interesting because kind of just like, I mean, look at this. You do want me to mark out both, actually. Right. You'll probably hit it there.
This is when things get out of control.
Yeah. Very interesting. Yeah, we've got a little bit to go. What are we at? 68, 69, 68 and a half right there. So, I mean, yeah, definitely.
Very soon.
Yeah. After this monthly close, it'll be above 70 for sure, which is right on time for January. You know, that's Q1 post-halving year. It's what we've been talking about.
And
yeah,
historically, looking at even just like ETH returns, I mentioned this in my opening rant. It's like December is usually pretty green for ETH and alts, but then January, February, March, April, and May are like back to back 25 to 30% average monthly ROIs compounded, right? For just ETH. So it's so hard for me to look at this setup with the fundamental political backdrop and huge tailwind and just go, how could you fade a technical setup like this, the one that Tucker's showing, with the landscape that we have forming behind us? You know, we're now for the first time we are in like a pro crypto regime federally here in the US. It's huge, man. I mean, the amount of money that has been sidelined forever in crypto because they didn't have the regulatory clarity that was necessary to size into anything and not get sued by their investors or whoever. I mean, this is huge. You can't overstate the significance of this. It's perfect. It's a unicorn.
Yeah, the setup is here. The setup is here.
Looks so good.
It's really
challenge somebody to find me a bearish chart. I think Max.
I can find you a bearish chart. You want to see
challenge somebody?
He's gonna invert it. He's gonna invert it.
There you go.
No. I have a really bearish chart. But you have to
I know what it is.
You have to be open.
USDT dominance.
It's Bitcoin dominance.
Oh, it's also USDT dominance.
Yeah, and Tether dominance. Send that shit to zero. But Bitcoin dominance is a bearish. That's a horrible chart. Look at Tether dominance is nuking. Bitcoin dominance is nuking. I got plenty of bearish charts for you guys.
DXY.
Yeah, DXY. Greedy
Who could
Jackets
have
had to get
foreseen?
his stupid 108 level, but look at that. Over. Goodbye.
Got it. He got it.
But what do we get from here is very
Nuke.
exciting.
I was
No
told it
longer
would go to
bullish.
0, Jackus.
That's so ugly.
Bruh, that was one of the better plays for me for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can you take that monthly FVG there? Big
This
Tech?
one? Wait, am I on the monthly?
Oh,
That
sorry,
was-
it was weekly.
that was the
Weekly. It was weekly.
I was on the 5-day, but do you want me to go back to that?
No, just zoom out now.
And by the way, it is pretty standard for DXY to give one final really,
Weekly,
really
on the left.
predatory bull trap and then nuke for like a year and a half straight. Right before Bitcoin goes crazy.
Yeah, that one.
Are you talking about this, Jackus? Yeah.
Yeah.
Textbook.
Textbook. Yeah.
It's random. Imagine you could predict the price movements of the largest currency index in the world months ahead. Only
It's a
if TA could do
conspiracy.
that.
It's a conspiracy. You can't do TA doesn't work, bro.
It's
You
all
need to have
fundamentals.
you need to have an MBA or even a PhD in economics to even have a chance. You can't just draw lines. That's not real.
Grown man drawing lines on a chart.
Trading view line make bounce, Jackus. Trading view line make bounce.
Yeah. Imagine predicting this with fundamentals.
Look at this, man. Tommy, do you remember this?
I
won
do
this
remember
bet.
that.
I won this bet. Tommy
Oh
bought me a
my
steak.
God.
We bet a steak, and Tommy, I enjoyed that steak thoroughly.
It was
great.
It was an amazing dinner.
It's an amazing dinner. I don't want to bet Tommy right now. Tommy's in playoff mode right now, so I'm not. There'll be no fading of Tommy right now. No
I
way.
feel pretty locked in right now, I have to say. But
He's
Tommy-
we're
hitting
on
the
the same
fade.
team, so you know.
Tommy's like Michael Jordan, 96 Bulls playoff mode right now. Like I'm not stepping in front of that. But I will trail him on his plays and make money, and then we can eat steaks together. Maybe we'll have another bet one day. Not now.
We'll eat victory steaks next time.
Victory stakes, yeah.
When ETH is above 10K, we can eat some victory steaks together.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Why is Pepe not moving and everything else? Tau silently exploding.
Tao is
Interesting.
Is it really?
the whole
don't know.
AI is
I saw
whole
render
AI
was
is catching a bit
ripping.
right now.
I saw render was ripping yesterday.
God,
Wow.
that is a
Wow.
Yeah.
choppy new range Tau is breaking out of. That's funny.
Why does that look like Mog to me?
It does look a little bit.
A little Moggish.
A little moggish, yeah, a little bit moggish.
Oh boy. I was legit I called for a 3K Tau today, and someone told me what are you smoking jig is, and I had a conversation with Voto about XRP hitting $3 a few months ago. Actually, it was at the end of September, and he told me legit the same. What are you smoking jig is?
Are you smoking something, Jackus? Do you need help?
And I'm a non-smoker, by the way.
Just a beer enjoyer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it
Tau was
could.
great.
It could. I mean, the chart can't look much better than this.
Tommy is, I think, very bullish on BitTensor, isn't he?
I have some really smart friends that are bullish on BitTensor. I don't hold any, but Tucker and I once bought Tau at like $40.
So,
Way back
yeah,
in
such
May.
a fumble. It was May.
We were like 8 months too early.
Yeah. It was May.
The
of
question is
23.
who hasn't done this, right?
Yeah.
We all
That's
have.
part of that's just part of the crypto experience is
Mhm.
fumbling generational wealth many times. That's just the name of the
Do it
game,
every
man.
day.
We did
You
it with
got to do it.
Bobcat,
You
we were
you got to
bad.
miss out on it. It teaches you very difficult but necessary lessons and forces you to look at yourself and reevaluate. And the biggest lesson that I've derived from my generational wealth fumbles is you got to always keep a runner. No matter how convinced you are that your cheap, freshly launched bag is going to zero and you should just get out, take a small loss, consider the alternative that actually this thing's about to go 500x higher. I've been there. We've all been there. It's a good thing though, right? It forces you to reevaluate. So don't even get me started on Pepe, man.
It also causes lots of people cope. Some people choose to learn from that lesson, and some people choose to cope forever, right? Like, for example, Mr. Peter Schiff, right?
Mhm.
He's a clown, bro. I don't know what his deal is. He's on public. He was on national television. It's like CNBC fudding Bitcoin at like $100. You know,
Mhm.
like, dude, why didn't you just buy like 10 grand of Bitcoin back in
Max,
the day?
you know
You're
he
already a
did.
multi-hundred millionaire and just shut up about
You
it.
know he did, bro. You know he did.
He
You
might be the
definitely-
embodiment of like fud your own bags.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. He
He
let
probably.
probably
Mag be
is.
a villain. I will be the villain for my own bags.
Sometimes you do have to be able to fud your bags harder than people who are on the outside because it can help you build up your conviction too. You're like, oh well, this FUD, is it actually like, does it hold water or is it just, nonsense? And usually it ends up being the latter. But I think it's important to be aware of those narratives too, so that you can like pick up on them when the tides are maybe turning a little bit. But I think on principle, I've just kind of conditioned myself to be simultaneously the biggest advocate as well as biggest fudder of my own bags.
I don't
We
see how
talking
people
about
can be
Pepe
bearish
here,
this chart,
man.
bro. I don't see how anyone can be bearish this chart. Just wait for ETH. Let ETH flirt with 4K for another week or
Back
less.
above 39.
People don't realize that this was the test pump and that the next pump for Pepe is going to be like a 300 to 400% move quickly.
Very likely.
Yeah, look at this, just the RSI on ETH, man. Look at that. That's crazy. That needs to resolve like this. And that, basically.
Where did
Beauty.
Shine go?
That's a great question. I was thinking that at the beginning of the show. I was like, where is that guy?
Didn't
He
he
went
say
I do
away.
agree
like
with
94K or something like that?
Yeah.
I think he flipped.
this comment. Nobody would care kind of about Peter if he didn't constantly keep flooding Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
No one really wants to hear about gold brokerage anymore.
Mhm.
At least not right now.
Max, do you have an Andy Pepe chart? They're looking for one.
Brother, do I have an Andy Pepe chart? Brother,
Pull it up.
there's a bear shit in the woods. Come on now.
Of course.
Of course he does. That's where he lives.
Oh my God. Did you guys see what Justin's son just tweeted?
No, what did he say?
You
Show
thought it
us.
was the climax, but it's just the warm up.
Let's go.
Hold on,
His
that calls
Excellency.
for a guest appearance.
His Excellency.
His Excellency.
We should probably buy TRX here.
Honestly, it's the crime cycle. Why not buy TRX?
Here you go. Andy Pepe is in a monster bullish compression right now. monster bullish compression. There's not much to do other than just wait for this to break out, which it will. I think your best case would be like this, like one more drop down, take out this low, maybe. You'll churn against this high, and then early next year, this is like first week of January, they will study this. They will study this breakout. They said it couldn't be done, but it will happen. The fact that we've been respecting these levels for this long is all the proof that you need. You don't respect these technical structures like this on a pair chart for this long to have it fail suddenly.
One thing.
Yep.
One thing. There was a question from Peter, so maybe you want to touch upon that and then do our regular maintenance, Tommy.
Question for the BB terminal packages. Which one do I need to get your buy and sell alerts for tokens like Pepe, Brett, Andy Wolf, especially just before the Bitcoin conference? So just to be super clear about what we're offering, in no way, shape, or form is it like a signals group. However, it is a fully transparent, more or less like trade journal. So you get alerts whenever we make positional updates, right? So it'll ping your phone, be like, oh, Max is buying this, or Max is selling this, or here's a trade idea, from Max and everybody on here, right? Within our top Discord package, that's what you get. So that's the gold package, is all the transparency, the positional updates, everything. That's the meat and potatoes. That's really what you want. The silver tier gives you and opens up a line of communication with us through, it's in the Discord. You don't get to see all the positional updates, but you get to talk with us, ping us, tag us. We talk, hang out in there all the time, but you don't get the meat and potatoes. The meat and potatoes is the 3 hours a day of conference calls where we do live charts, TA setups, all that kind of stuff. And of course, then included in that package is, like I just said, the positional updates, things like that. And in both Discord packages, silver and gold, you get BB terminal included for no additional cost. But I would definitely say, although the gold tier is expensive, the reason it's expensive is, and we have such a high member retention rate, is because it's an investment. Like, you're going to make your money back. You're going to make more money having that access than not having it. So people don't view it as a negative. They're viewing it as, oh, this is a very necessary expense for me long-term in this market. So I would definitely advocate the gold. Although it seems expensive in the beginning, you will see pretty quickly why most people choose that. We have a lot of people sign up for the silver because of the price, and then they quickly upgrade to the gold almost within days. So yeah, I would definitely consider it. And additionally, I know it's a big commitment, but we still have our holiday sale going on. So if you're on the website looking at the premium, you can get the gold tier for 25% off if you pay for a year up front. So again, I know it's expensive, but you will see pretty quickly why we charge what we do. And honestly, I think it's worth more than what we charge. And we're going to keep, every quarter we keep increasing the price. So you'll see pretty quickly why that is, right? You'll see it's in a Discord, but don't be confused on what it is. Like, it's not some guy on Twitter who opened up a Discord and wants you to trade on his ref link and pay him $50 a month, for crappy signals. We just use Discord because it's convenient and easy and familiar for people. What this is a true hive-minded think tank steered by the BB team. And again, it's conference calls. Like, you're getting invaluable content, private content, chart requests, TA, positional updates, everything from all of us. So yeah, I would definitely consider, I know again it's a big commitment, but definitely consider the yearly package for 25% off. That's not going to last that much longer. But yeah, that's the quick rundown on it, man. There's some people in the comments too, like, ask them about it. Like, it's pretty top tier, man. Like, we put in a lot of work on it. It's not some passive thing. Like, it's everything. We've made a one-of-a-kind product. And again, you get a custom BB trading terminal with so much information. included in that membership. So it's pretty awesome. How do I get into BB Terminal? I have gold package. If you just sign, if you go to bbterminal.com and you use your Because Bitcoin login where you made the account to sign in, you should be admitted right away. But yeah.
All right.
Well,
So
that was it.
So
Yeah.
mega demand is what I'm saying.
That's the price went up to 20 cents, Tucker.
I heard it went up. Yeah.
I made a formal announcement. Yeah, because here's the thing, like prices have gone up for Bitcoin, therefore the price to use mega demand has gone up as well. So that'll be 20 more cents from you. I'm pretty sure you already owe me like 50.
Yep.
So we'll just add it on. You can send me a Venmo for like 80 cents later. I feel like that should probably cover your debt.
That'll do it.
Yeah, that should do it. Yeah.
So when breakout for mega demand, Max?
That's another 20 cents. But yeah, I just want you to be careful. You know, I don't want you to run up a huge tab here. I might just start a tab for you. I'll just take a credit card from you and just, we'll just start a tab. We'll open a tab. So looking at the Andy Pepe chart here, man, I mean, look, we are sitting here at mega demand, right? So you're going to see Pepe take that next leg up. And you'll just kind of keep chopping here at the low. Andy's going to perform well, but I think early next year, as you see this pair chart finally break upwards. I mean, this is a 6-month compression for Andy against the strongest meme in the market right now, Pepe. So pretty juicy, pretty lucrative setup right here, which is why people are getting really excited about Andy and Wolf, because they both are pair trading so cleanly against Pepe. That's why we had, and I saw the man in the comments here. I'm not gonna dox who he is, but we had a top 100 Pepe holder yesterday by $1 million worth of Andy and $1 million worth of Wolf yesterday. This man's a top 100 Pepe holder, and the reason is because he understands what's happening with these pair charts and the relationship between them. So, it was always my dream that Smart Money would see the analysis that we published and recognize the potential of this honestly, once in a lifetime narrative and setup here. And there's a reason that somebody bought $2 million of Wolf and Andy yesterday. And he just so happens to be a multi-millionaire and a top 100 Pepe holder. So, you can try to outsmart those guys, or you can try to swim with them. And I'm just here telling you what they've done, right? It's that simple.
I know who that was.
Yeah, he knows you too, Jackus. He's a beast, man. He's a Giga Chad.
Max, look at this.
We
did not go to school together. It's funny.
We would have had fun in school together, though.
Yeah,
would have been trouble.
Too much.
What were you saying, Jackus?
Just that I was like, we had a discussion in the DMs, and I was like, "Wait, you're not in Andy or Wolf yet?" And he was like, "No, man." And I started to tell him basically the story, and then I was like, "You need to contact Max."
Yeah, he did. He aped, man. He aped. He sees it. So, Jackus, you evangelized him.
Yeah.
You were the Boys Club Jehovah's Witness. Is that what I'm hearing?
Basically. But it's gonna benefit all, which is what I always look for.
It's a pretty clear setup, man. I mean, there's no guarantees in this market, but when you have 6 months of data like we're looking at right here, I mean, it's pretty hard to want to fade this chart, and we could look at the here looking at, Wolf here as well. It's like, this is getting ready to go, man. Like, I like it on the 12-hour, show some cleaner wicks, but I mean, this is just premier, man. This is going to be like that ETH. This is going to be that ETH trap that was set. Here, let me show you.
I see it. I see
You see it?
Mhm. Yeah, that looks similar.
What the heck is this? What did I do here? Oh, wow, that's a good chart, but that's not what I wanted to show. I mean, this is what you're looking at with, Wolf Pepe right now. I mean, this is the fractal that I think will play out right here. Something like this, right? You had this, this kind of little breakdown from right here. It's over. Just wait. Just wait. So it's like you're seeing Andy and Wolf behaving beautifully. ETH is gonna rip, man. Like I'm like so zen about this, man. I'm so zen about the future of ETH and Pepe and Andy and Wolf and Brett right now. It's it's gonna, the next 4 months will truly be life changing. It's what we've always waited for, right? It's why we shoved so much money into these charts and talked about them every day. Because it's like, I mean, man, look at like, I mean, how do you look at this chart? How do you look at this chart in a bearish way? Here, actually, let me look at it on MEXC. Actually, it still has that wick. I don't know if that was a real wick or not, right? But it doesn't matter. Like, you're just looking so good, man. And it's so simple where you're gonna get, you're gonna get an ETH breakout and they're just gonna rip, man. They're just gonna absolutely rip. And I think they're kind of doing this where like ETH is kind of leading and everyone's waiting to bid the beta until ETH rips, which is actually really healthy. It's like this might be a little glimpse into the future right here. Looks really good. Wolf looks good. I mean, here's Andy, man. I mean, it just looks so primed, man. It just looks so primed. I mean, it's just like this. We're just bull flagging. We're just bull flagging. And when ETH finally gets above this level right here, when ETH finally flips 4K, that's when you're going to see all these go crazy. It's just going to be ETH will do this and then just whoop, and you're going to see all the beta just mark up like this. And it's going to happen quickly.
Inverse whoosh.
Yes.
Some might say.
Upside whoosh.
I'm happy to invert it as well. I mean, look at, are you going to fade this chart? Come on now. How are you going to fade this chart?
Chart looks cooked.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even looking at this, I'm like, look at this, man. It's over. I'll flip them. Here. What would you think about this chart right here? I don't know. I mean, at minimum, we got to take out these lows at minimum. But kind of looks fried to me.
Mm-hmm.
I even changed the colors. I mean, look at this, man. It's
Andy dominance. Is that a chart? Do we have that?
I have Andy others, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
This is gonna be crazy right here. Boom. Andy others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the others.
And the others.
I like the look of that. I like the look of that.
Yeah. It looks good, guys. Come on, Bitcoin. Probably waiting for U.S. unemployment data tomorrow, huh?
As Bitcoin's been bleeding, ETH and Solana have been catching a bit of a bid. So you're seeing some capital rotation, I think, a sign of things to come. Whenever Bitcoin does finish this little local sell-off, I think that all three majors could pop together. But we'll see. We haven't seen that all cycle, that all three pump together, but
No, we
Brother,
haven't.
the only question is, how are you not in yet?
That is a real question. You should consider it, guys. You should consider it. You really should. I think we had a big super chat, didn't we? $100. Wow. Honest thoughts on base Pepe chart. I mean, look, I wish Louis was
Wait,
here because
yeah.
that's like Louis's baby, you know? Like I don't know. I mean, it's been ripping face, right?
Maybe Max, maybe Slappy, maybe wait for, when is Louis on? Tomorrow, right?
Yeah, Louis will be here tomorrow.
Just remind yourself tomorrow, and I'm sure that Louis will be eager to give you a nice cook session on base Pepe.
And Slappy, if you just drop a comment tomorrow, you don't have to do a super chat. Just when Louis is on, just be like, "Hey, I gave $100 yesterday. Thoughts on base Pepe?" Because he's the guy. That's his play. You know, he knows everything there is to know about it.
Here's another one. Nobody talking about Cas, but I think it's going to hit $15 by October next year.
$15, isn't it like below $1?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Nobody's talking about Casper right now because it's not pumping. Once it starts pumping, everyone will tell you again.
I see a fourth tap, but I don't know that I am interested in buying here. I'll be honest.
I would honestly rather wait for this supply region that's been capping us for so long to get flipped. It's this region right here. Like, this is.
It does look a lot like Mog, though. Like, I think that should probably be considered.
I think you're building a launch pad here. I mean, I think you're gonna.
Because if you overlay them, Tommy, they literally are. It's just that Kaspa was lagging a little, but they're trading the same since end of 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'd rather buy on like a breakout when everything's pumping, just because it's just been so plagued by that mega supply right there for so long.
Guys, so what is this currency? Is it
Pound.
Philippines dollars?
Pounds.
Pounds.
They're
Yeah,
pounds.
because we learned this yesterday.
Yes.
We know it now.
I've seen someone share the comment where someone trolled.
I sent it to you guys in the market check group yesterday.
Oh yeah.
They're like, how do these guys not know what the British pound is? I just responded, none of us went to middle school.
Dropped out to trade shit coins at a very early age.
Yeah, I dropped that at 13 to trade digital Ponzi's. So,
and outperforming, by the way.
And I'd do it again.
So, would you answer this question? Maybe Max, maybe Tommy or Tucker wants to take it.
So, I mean, it depends on your bag, right? Like, do you already own Pepe? Do you already own Andy? Like, what's your risk tolerance? Like, it's very nuanced, right? I think if you wanted to be ultra conservative, just say you had $100,000, easy number to work with. If you wanted to be ultra conservative but chase some beta, put 90K of that in Pepe and 10K of that in Andy. And if you want to be a little riskier, put 50 K in Pepe, 50 in Andy. If you want to really go gung ho, then 90% Andy, 10% Pepe. But it's oh crap. It's very nuanced, right? Like it just depends on so many different things. But what I can do is go over, again, the correlations between the two. We already went over the Andy Pepe pair chart. So it's bull flagging. It has been bull flagging for 6 months. And I am expecting it to break up in Q1. So I am expecting Andy to outperform that of Pepe. And I'm expecting Pepe to probably rip at minimum 5 or 6x from here this cycle. So you can kind of extrapolate that out for where we think Andy could potentially go. But again, a lot of it comes down to what's your personal portfolio look like and what's your risk tolerance? Like how much volatility can you stomach? Because in theory, I could map out 100 different pair trades on how you're going to beat the market or beat, larger beta plays. But if you can't take the unrealized P&L volatility, then you're not going to be able to see it through. So you kind of have to look internally and decide, you have to decide for yourself, what am I really comfortable with, right? Because Andy is a wild ride, man. I mean, you're talking about beta of beta. Pepe's beta to ETH, Andy is beta of Pepe. So it's you're basically opening up a 3 times levered Pepe long, and you don't have to worry about liquidation and things like that. But you got to, you kind of have to decide that for yourself, honestly. So I wouldn't recommend anything. It's just I have exposure to both, and I own more Andy than I do Pepe, but I do have a strong stomach for volatility. So not everybody has that, and I'm definitely aware of that. Gabe says full port into Andy.
Study.
See, here's the thing. Gabe's what do we call him? Gabe is an Andy whale, to say the least. Gabe has an iron constitution, man. Gabe's a little different, man. Gabe's got a background in poker, and he's, Gabe can stomach it. Not everybody's built like Gabe. Let's put it that way. So Gabe's gonna make it. Gabe is gonna make it. There's very little doubt in my mind that Gabe is about to giga make it. No, Gabe, you are not a normal guy, bro. I promise. I know normal guys. I have a lot of normal guy friends. You, my friend, are not a normal guy. Yeah, Gabe's up there, man. Built differently.
Did you guys see this?
I saw that.
Yeah, it's the crime cycle. That's bullish.
I think it's definitely bullish. Justin's son is amazing at somehow creating value on chain out of thin air. So I'm sure it'll do well.
What a way to frame that, Tommy.
Somebody asked me the other day, why do you think TRX has gone straight up or has gone up and really hasn't dipped that hard since the lows or the cyclical lows? And I said, it's probably money laundering, honestly. But study crime.
Gotta study crime.
Yeah.
Oh, Brett, Andy, Wolf equal shares. Which one will do the most X's in your opinion?
You have 3 weeks.
I mean, Wolf by market cap, right?
I always hate these questions.
Yeah.
Just own all of them, basically,
Yes.
or at least 2 of them. But don't ask which is going to make more access. You do not know which one will go first, and you do not know which one goes harder. Just own both and be a happy enjoyer of both.
Dude, this chart, Tommy. Tommy, please advise. Tommy, I'm in a long on this chart, and I'm worried that it might break down. What do you think I should do?
Oh, no.
Oh, and a long on this chart?
Yeah, so I'm in a long from right here, Tommy, and I'm worried that this chart's going to break down. What should I do, Tommy? Do you think this chart's going to break
closing down? It? If you haven't already, or the market will close it for you. But
So do you think that this trend line is cause for concern here? Like, I'm just worried about my long position on this chart. See how the candles are red and I want it to be green. So like, I don't know. What do you
I think
think?
you should change the color of the candles to change your desired result.
Okay, good.
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah, it just, I'm just worried we're gonna break down here. It looks like we're already breaking down. So I don't know. Tough
I would
call,
say you
man.
might be about to lose everything if you're long from that,
Mhm.
from that
Yeah.
area.
And I don't know, Tommy, I don't know how you feel about this, but to me, it kind of feels like, we might in fact be on this chart, which again, I won't say the ticker, but you can see that's been going straight down for a while. I feel as though we might be like right here, just kind of peeking our head through that diagonal. And I'm just worried about it, man. It just looks like it's about to nuke, and like, I mean, what would be, really scary is, if we did something like this, I don't know how you feel about this, but
I mean, I don't know about that, but I'd be pretty euphoric if we did.
That would be wonderful, Max. Yeah.
well, I didn't say what this is. I'm just talking through my trade right now.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, like I just am worried that we're here, and I'd love to know, I'd love some financial advice from you. So
I'm
could
afraid
you
I can't give
advise?
financial advice, but what I would do is expecting this chart to break down and probably waterfall in the imminent future.
To waterfall. So you think that my long on this chart is cooked? You think it's going to waterfall against me? Because I want to just tell you, I put in my entire net worth on cross margin, and I'm nervous because like I have, I took out credit card debt to secure more tether for collateral, and the interest on it's at 35%, which I thought was pretty, it was okay. So
I would say you'd be in trouble if you get an impulsive move, Max.
oh shoot. All right. Well, I mean here, just in case, let's just look at like, if it were to break down, where would some levels be? Oh, there's that one. Hmm, I don't know. Let's see here. I don't know. I mean,
Oh my.
geez.
0.
Hector Zeroni,
Mm-hmm.
study holes. And guys, surprise, it was the ETH chart this entire time. And none of you had a clue. What trickery, man. You guys you had no idea. That's so funny. I got you guys. Look at
That
that.
reminds me of
Wow.
an Arrested Development scene. But none of you guys have seen it, so I can't even make the joke.
No.
Tough.
All I gotta say is study Amazon.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Jack
Can we
is.
study it real quick? We could probably study it real quick. I think I've got the chart.
I mean, it was your chart first, Max, right? You made this chart.
Yeah, I invented it. Yeah. And Jackus, being a key opinion leader who leads with his key opinions, he stole it
Yeah.
from me. So,
Mhm.
Key opinion.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
yeah, and he leads with his key opinions. So,
Yes.
let me find
Who
the
made a
chart.
term?
Who made the term?
Probably some scammer who just didn't want to be called with the old names. He just wait. Oh, and there was also the term. It kind of faded away. But do you guys remember? Everyone used to be called ambassador.
Yes, yeah, Web3 ambassador.
Ambassador.
Yeah.
They're still using that, by the way.
Are they?
Yeah.
Now
Do
it's
people
key
still
opinion.
use Web3 in their like title? I thought that was
I
directly
think so.
correlated with the prices of NFTs.
It is. It is, Tommy. Directly correlated.
Going back up though, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find which ETH chart this was on here. All right. Was it this one? Come on. No. I've got so many old drawings saved. Will I ever find it? ETH USD. No. All right, we'll just remake it. That's fine.
I mean, it just looks identical. Like you don't even.
I can do it. I don't mind. I don't mind.
Throw some bibs on there.
Of
There you go.
course. Of
Yeah.
course. All right, here we go. We're cooking. I mean, as a wise man once said, what are we even talking about? Get this thing. What if, guys? What if? Do you see?
Oh, I see.
And I question if, but when.
When moon. It looks pretty similar. It's hard to deny. It's really hard to deny, guys.
There is one more, which I found absolutely crazy, and the fact that it's playing out. It's not that different because it's from the same era, but I was mentioning this one with the Nasdaq, and what I found absolutely incredible was the price valuations.
I remember this one. Yeah, I remember this one.
951, 4,816. Then look at the percentage drop, and 883 and 810. And like this was absolute madness to just like how dare you post this right in the middle of a, or like at the peak of a bear market, because this was literally the bottom. And I just find it crazy. And then nobody still believes in it. And we are like right now, 2 years later, we are literally trading at 4K right here, and people still don't think. And they find it like, if you tell someone that like ETH is going to, like you say ETH is going to 10K, and they will tell you that you are stupid. Like you're a moon boy, like 6K, yeah, but 10K, how dare you? 2x from here, sorry, 3x from here. Nah, can't be. By the way, Nasdaq trades, 17,000.
They lack vision, Jackus, and they lack belief.
Yeah.
Can you? Is there a way you could show like an updated chart for that? Now that it's played, do you have the drawing saved? See how it actually looks.
I do. So that's
I remember the day that ETH dipped under $900. I was at a wedding. I was like at a wedding party, and I was eating dinner, and I just saw a trading view alert go off that ETH was under $1,000, and I opened my phone and I saw it at like literally under $900, and I just thought to myself, I don't drink, but I think I'm gonna get drunk tonight.
I remember when it happened. I was I was prepared for us to drop, but I wasn't prepared for us to drop like that much. And I had caught the move from like 40 to 28 or 27K on Bitcoin. And at that point, like we just kept dropping. I was thinking to myself, like, please God, make it stop.
Tommy, do you remember actually how much worse it was about to get to? Because there was an Aave whale that had a
Yeah.
liquidation of like, it was probably like $700 on ETH, and it was for gorillions of dollars. And we basically would have wicked down to probably like sub $300 if he deposited more collateral. Like I remember everyone posting like, find this whale, tell him he needs to add more collateral. And then literally right before that drop, he was able to add more collateral. But it was almost so much worth. Like ETH may have gone under like $100. I don't know how bad it could have gotten, but it was really close to being way, way worse. I don't know if anybody in the comments remembers that. I don't know who it is. It might have been Justin's son, honestly.
Might have been Justin's son.
Because I don't know who else has that kind of money to like top up collateral when you're about to get liquidated for like $1 billion. But
had to be.
Yeah. But I remember looking at that and I was just like, well, ETH is going to zero. If this guy gets liquidated, it's over. So
yeah, I remember just watching ETH free fall. It had gotten so beyond gluttonous. I had expected a lot, but to actually see it and see ETH, I think tag below $900. I was kind of wondering if at that point I was wondering if it was ever going to stop dropping. But thankfully it did, and as I thought that, it turned out to be like the exact Pico bottom. I remember I was at my grandparents' house in Florida when that was happening, like in the bathroom, checking my phone on price.
In the bathroom, crying, looking at you.
Literally. Oh my God.
How is our little investor doing?
See, that's the perfect time to buy is when you start thinking, I don't think this will ever stop. That's just when you have to be like, okay, you know what? Someone has to step in here. Someone's going to, right?
Unless the ticker is Luna, then don't.
Okay, yeah, that's within reason, right? Within reason.
It's still funny to me when the whole Luna thing was going on, how people would just like loudly ape millions and millions of dollars in spot positions, not leverage, just for those to be worth like pennies a day later. That was a crazy time period.
I remember people were trying to they were taking the worst RR trades I've ever seen. It was the same thing. Remember, this was different, but it was the same idea of when USDC depegged in, was that March when SVB went down? There were people that were buying Tether, 90 cents on the dollar. And I was like, okay, yes, I get what you're doing. But I'm like, if there's a chance that you're wrong, you're hitting a 0.1 RR trade. Like you're going to make 10%. You want to put up 90 grand to potentially make 10 grand? That's horrible risk management. But congrats on your, congrats on your 10K, I guess.
When you said that when you feel like that, you just got to step in. When you feel like, will this ever stop? I feel like we kind of had a mini version of that in August 5th as well.
We did. Big time.
August 5th was a brutal day, man. I remember that pretty well. Because I was traveling, of course. And I'm like at the airport, like trying to hedge. I'm like on the airplane, like jeeting my bags on the plane Wi-Fi.
Oh no. Trying to throw on a hedge.
I did though. I got the hedge on. I was eating an Eggs Benedict in the airport, and I got the hedge on just in time. Right after the 4.3% U.S. unemployment print, I hammered the ask and got a juicy hedge on.
We're gonna handcuff you for the rest of the year, Mox, and 2025.
Why?
You're not traveling.
What if I'm traveling this month?
Oh, you don't even want to know where he's going either.
Don't tell him.
Max traveling. Max stops traveling.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Last time I traveled to this place, Andy happened. So it can be bullish too. It can be
True.
bullish too.
We can pray, Max. We can pray.
No, I'm not going to Europe, Z. Don't worry. Don't worry. I don't think I'm ever going back to Europe. You don't have to worry about that.
You're coming to Prague. Oh my God, look at this.
All right, I'll go to Prague, but that's it. I'm only going to
Yeah.
Prague to hang out with Jackus and drink
Look
this
at the-
world-renowned Czech beer that I keep hearing about.
Yeah, and visit places. Oh man. You will have a hard time coming back.
You ever
Look
been
at
to
this
Costco,
line.
Jackus?
Definitely
Costco
not.
now.
The
You would
European
not.
mind cannot understand Costco, and that's
No.
the problem. That there lies the problem.
Mhm.
You don't understand buying in bulk. You don't understand the Costco Gold membership.
You haven't been in a proper tavern drinking beer, listening to
Have you ever bought
medieval music.
Have you ever bought a family size pack of pretzels that can feed you for a year for like $8? You ever had a chicken bake?
for $8?
Jack,
You ever bought a
like I said,
full,
the
a full
European
chicken,
mind,
Jackus? A full chicken for $5? Come on now.
Jack, if the European mind, I'm not even blaming you. You
We
just
bu-
you
we-
can't comprehend Costco.
Have you ever had a
Just-
pizza with 4,000 calories that cost $10?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we do hunt. Hunt. We have roasted pigs, grilled pigs, and that's amazing. We do them often.
I'm
On a
just saying,
garden
man, like
party.
you need to come to Costco. I actually think you would have like culture shock if you walked into Costco, Jackus. I think you'd have you'd like short circuit. You wouldn't know what to do with yourself. You ever had Red 40 in every one of your foods, even when it's not necessary?
Oh my
I
God.
literally have no idea what you guys just talked about.
It's
for the,
illegal
last
in your
2 minutes.
it's illegal in your country, bro. You guys can't sell all the
You
all the
wouldn't
chemicals that
understand
we
Red
do.
40.
You you wouldn't understand Red 40.
No.
RFK just perks up.
They have Costco in the UK.
Not like us though, bro. Not
No.
American Costco.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get it. Stick to your
Well,
European.
you
pubs
guys
and
you guys
your
cannot
Euro stuff.
comprehend a beer for $1. You guys cannot comprehend beers being cheaper than a water.
We also can't
cannot
comprehend
comprehend
beer
it.
tasting good because American beer is horrible.
That's true.
Objectively, it's foul.
maybe Minnesota beer, not Colorado beer.
Yeah, that's
Tommy
true.
loves his IPAs. I know he does. Huge IPA guy, Tommy.
Yeah.
You wouldn't understand Red 40, bro. You just
He
wouldn't get
wouldn't
it.
Study Red 40.
All right, this is absolutely where we need to wrap the show up. Now,
I think they need to study the terminal and premium Discord offerings, quite frankly.
they do. Tommy, we have a couple days left of our yearly, so let them know about the yearly discounts. All right.
You guys have the opportunity, a very unique opportunity, right? I mean, we have our current offerings, of course, where we provide you your go-to tool for this cycle, as we always say, BB Terminal, as well as your go-to community and alpha. That is our Discord. Max was talking a little bit about those earlier on the stream, guys, but the terminal has, I mean, it really has a utility for every sort of market participant, whether or not you are an active trader, trading derivatives, trading anything on a lower time frame, whether you are an investor looking for data that will help you make educated decisions on DCAing or long-term purchases. And of course, soon for any degens on chain, we will be your go-to tool as well. So make sure to take advantage of it at these prices. Like Max said, as the prices of the market go up, the prices of these tools and of course our Discord will increase as well. But we were nice enough to package these things together for you as you can see, at discounted rates. You can get you can pay by month, or like Max was also saying, we have our special discount right now, which is our yearly discount, as well as a gold lifetime access price as well. So you can be a part of our group for a very long period of time at a discount, at a discounted rate. But guys, I mean, it's like Max was saying as well, and I hate to repeat him so much, but we are on calls with our subscribers 4 or 5 hours every single day. You have tremendous value out of this group. I would be shocked if there's a group with better value than we are providing, and there are groups at higher price points than what we are currently retailing at. But what we offer 4 or 5 hours every single day, our intimate thoughts on the market, access to us charting, and of course, we post about positions that we take as we take them. It's invaluable. So make sure to take advantage of these prices, not just our discounted rate for the terminal and Discord, but of course also the lifetime access and the yearly access as well. These are you'll be looking back and be like, damn, I wish I would have grabbed those packages. But yes, we also have the BB Academy, guys. I saw a few of you asking for discounted BB Academies in the comment section. Maybe that's something that we do in the future. We'd have to clear it by Tucker. But yeah, guys, as you're seeing, market's taking off. You are going to want to have your educational base honed out or reach trading level mastery before this market truly goes into full on parabola. And we are very, very close to that happening. Nobody wants to learn education when the market's going straight up in a straight line, but there's never a bad time to be doing. And I create a little bit of urgency by by saying the market going parabolic, because you won't want to be spending time on education when it's going straight up. You're going to want to be checking your portfolio, but you're also going to want to know when and where to potentially take profit, how to manage your positions, how to manage risk. And of course, the BB Academy will be perfect for doing so. So I cannot recommend the Academy enough. We have a team of 6 or 7 traders. You get to learn from all of them and how they manage their, how they, of course, trade the market, how they analyze charts, and being able to learn from so many different traders and market participants is really invaluable, guys. So I once again cannot recommend the BB Academy enough. Of course, maybe you're not interested in the Discord, or maybe you are, but you're interested in having the team manage money for you. Well, we have a solution for you, and that is BB Wealth Management, guys. We are an SEC registered hedge fund that prioritizes digital assets and focuses on them in a way that looks to capture their asymmetric history for upside returns, while also balancing the downside risks posed in any financial market. So if becoming an LP, becoming an accredited investor is something that interests you, like I said, maybe you're interested in having someone on the team manage money for you, or the whole team manage money for you. We've been crushing it, not just as individuals, but also as a fund. Make sure to check out links in the description below for more information. Just reach out to us and we will respond to you as quickly as we can. But yeah, guys, that concludes the show today. 100K Bitcoin, maybe 4K ETH here pretty soon, but the whole market just looks ready to absolutely explode in the not so distant future. So very exciting times. Make sure to tune in for Market Check tomorrow, as well as Monday through Friday, guys. We are live with our typical start time around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, Wabi Show as well, Market Talk, hosted through our Because Bitcoin Twitter account. It is live every afternoon, with the exception of Thursday, Monday through Friday. And Wabi does a great job on that show. So make sure to stay following and subscribe to not just Because Bitcoin, but also to Wabi's account, so you can be notified, not just when we schedule those spaces, but of course, also when we go live. Thanks again for tuning in, though, guys. We will see where we are trading tomorrow, as Bitcoin is trying to fervently break above 100K. But exciting times, like I said, and looking forward to being back with you all again tomorrow. Thanks again, guys.